Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing off my Print Kids profile. It's not like the perfect and final deck list. I mean, like, obviously, like, my money is limited right now. What do you call it? And I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh cards are just expensive in general, so it's kind of so like a work in progress Print Kids deck. I mean, like, it's still pretty good. Like, I've been taking it locals, I've been playing with it, and I've won some games. I've had a lot of close games that I've lost really because of like my inexperience with the deck and just like playing competitively Yu-Gi-Oh competitively in general. So things like things that I learned from and stuff that helped me get better. So like, but I've really been enjoying it. I think it's a real fun deck. A lot of the combos you can do and boards you can end on and set up just because of how many monsters you can put on the field. It's just really cool, and I really like the card art and stuff. I think it's really cute and funny. But okay, so Let's start this off with the main deck. So for our main deck, I'm gonna for the Print Kids, I run 3 Roxys, 3 Fansies, 3 Lampsies, and 3 Dropsies. I think this is pretty standard for everything. Most deck profiles I see, everyone runs 3 of all the kids just because so you can maximize your special summons when you're linking and fusing off with them. And so, okay, for hand traps, mind you, like I don't have like as many of these as that. Like I said, like my cards are limited, so I would the ratios of what I'd be playing would be different had I had like the actual cards. But I run 1 Ash, 2 Veiler, 2 Ghost Bell, 1 Nibru, and 1 Camisil. So, but I've been thinking about siding out the Ghost Bell for 2 Drolls instead, and then so that's probably it. But or maybe a 3rd Veiler and 1 Droll or something else. I'm not sure. Uh, but usually this covers most of my bases in games. I do wish I had more ashes. I wish I had 2 more. If I did have 2 more, I'd probably have those instead of the 2 ghost spells. I'd probably have those on the side. And then for the other cards, other monsters, I have 3 Parallel Exceed, and then it's Corridor. So for these, it's just because this really helps, and especially since Meow got limited, helps you chain block, and then you can go into rank 4 plays to make to help you make Abyss Dweller or whatever other rank 4 you want to play. I really like Abyss Dweller just because like how graveyard dependent the meta is right now. Like, so if you can just like being able to shut off your opponent for a whole turn from their graveyard is pretty strong. And then so yeah, and then also for that is Nemesis Corridor, which you can when you special you can target 1 banished monster, so hence your Mew, and then special summon this, and so you get not only 1 bodies that you could use with a Roxy's to go into Abyss Dweller, like another rank 4 play, or you can and you can also use it to add back your Mew, so you could use the Roxy's or whatever other kid or card you have on the field to other Print Kids monster you can to like link into something or fuse or get a play started or something. So it's just another extra body. But that's for it for the monsters. Oops, that's the wrong part of the deck. Alright, so for the spells, for the Print Kids ones, I play 1 Pranks, 2 Place, and 3 Pandemonium. And then 3 Thunder Dragon Fusion, 2 Poly, and then so the reason I have 3 Thunder Dragon Fusion and 3 Pandemonium and 2 Poly is just because or actually and also Fusion Recycling Plant. So originally I would be running 3 Poly instead, and in 1 Instant Fusion, but I've been testing out Fusion Recycling Plant. Seems cool just because like now also because of Mew, being able to open up with Holly or Pandemonium so that you can use Dodo. So you use Rocket to chain block your first special summon, so that to protect your plays and everything. Fusion Cycle Plant will let you like discard a card that you don't need, maybe like Hand Trap or something, or maybe even a kid, so that if you open up with more than two names, or you can get Poly and then make the fusion you need to, if that's just the case. But so that's just how I feel about that. And Thunder Dragon Fusion is really good too, because running three sometimes like even if you do like they do like Nibiru you or something like that, or they draw you before you can like finish your combo, as long as you have like three of the kids on, at least as long as you have like three of the two that you need to make Butler on in the graveyard and one on the field, which I mean by the time you get to Dodo you can use add place or to get it, or you can just link off with Dodo to keep going, but to stop your ad, it just helps it so that you can either way or whatever way they interrupt your play, you can just still, even as long as you have the three, you can still like at least go into Butler or something, and then the next turn you can banish it to get a Fansies or Nemesis Corridor so that you can get back your Meow Mew, so then you can like go off the next turn if you're still alive and stuff. So this is how I feel about that. And then Pranks you can search it with. Usually that's the first card you dump with Fancy, so that's why I only run one. And then for the other spells, Triple T, Instant Fusion, Forbidden Chalice, Lightning Storm, Terraforming, Call by the Grave, and then for the two traps, Imperm and Solemn Strike. I wish I had three Triple T and or three Lightning Storm. Actually, but yeah. So usually I feel like these give me a good like good variety of coverage. I do like having Lightning Storm. I do get lucky a lot with that card, drawing it to like pop Black Row or monsters, especially helpful if you like don't if you didn't have the first opening hand or something. Imperm's just like another Veiler but better. And Forbidden Chalice too, and then the one instant fusion, just because there are times wherever if you do get stopped with your if your first special summon does get stopped, then at least you can go into Rocket. You can instant fusion a Rocket, and then at least like link off to a Dodo or something else, and keep playing after that. So that's that for the spells, and like let's go to the extra deck. So for the extra deck, let me get these. We play two Rockets, two Butler, one Weather Washer, one Meow, two Dodo. If I had a third Dodo, I would play it, but I don't yet, so that's why I only run three. And then one Bow Wow Bark, one Roaring Roaster, one Appaloosa, one Boral Sword. And if I had Access Code Talker, then I would replace Access Code for War Sword, but War Sword is also a really good option. And then for the Xyz, I have Abyss Dweller, Totally Awesome, and Zeus. So just like the same way with Abyss Dweller, because of you can the same kind of you can make with the dropsies if you have two on the field, which is really easy to do because of the special summon effects of the Ring Kids. It's easy to go into Toe2 or into Totally Awesome, and then another reason why Poly is so important, so that you can consistently, so you have a better chance of being able to go into it. And so that's a Omni Gate right there, and then it adds back a water back to your hand, which would be the dropsies. So then also that's just like you having more keeping resources in your hand. I'm not gonna lie, I already talked about the Pistol or why it's really strong and everything earlier, and then you can go into it pretty easily with Parallel Exceed or proxies. So, or even like you could do the same thing with fansies and lampsies because they're level 1 and 3. So you could really go into any rank 1, 2, 3, or 4 consistently. So, which is another cool thing about break it. So if you want a toolbox that there X these monsters like that, you could do it. And I'm not gonna lie, the only reason I do run Zeus just because I pulled it in my tens. I really never planned to get it. But yeah, since also because I don't have a third dodo, I thought running Zeus would be a cool thing to have just because when you have a Toad or a Bistola on the field, well, not so much Toad because I usually end up using this negate, but Bistola, you can just swing with it and then make Zeus off that. Which I mean, probably most games you won't do it, but I guess that's a nice option to have. I guess but if I did have a third dodo, I'd probably take Zeus out for it, just because I'd rather have the consistency of having two or three dodos to go into, just because the add it to the hand is really good. But okay, so yeah, and then Oppo is always good for like going first. So if you open well, you can end on like Butler. If you like open, if you have like two names, you could go link four into you could link four into link climb all the way into Oppo, and then on Oppo so like 3 or 4 negates, and then if you have Thunder's Dragon Fusion in hand, you can use that to summon Butler, so you can end on 4 negate Oppo and Butler, so which is really strong too. Or you could go into whether you could, yeah, but and then you could also do the same kind of thing with Weather Watcher and just end on that, and then next turn special summon, and then next turn activate Pandemonium to use this to tribute to add the ones back to your hand to spam the field on your opponent's turn. But yeah, that's it for the extra deck. Sorry for rambling there. I was kind of going off and like repeating stuff and not making sense, but I recorded this like 3 or 4 times, so we're just gonna fight through this one. But okay, for the side deck, once again, like I would side other things, but this is just like what I have. I have the 2 Droll, Harpies, Dark Ruler no more, Imperial Order, another Veiler, Ghost Warner, Moonlit Chill, Monster Reborn, Cosmic Cyclone, 30 Lancia for Tri Brigade, and for Tri Brigade in Virtual World, and then a 3rd Bell, and then Floodgate Trap Hole. Okay, I was thinking about replacing the Ghost Warner Moonlit Chill for a 2nd Dark Ruler, just because like Dark Ruler does come up, but and usually I've been playing my friend and he's been using Agnisters, so like the rivals like kind of just says F you to Dark Ruler no more. So that's why I have it sided out for the Kaiju, but usually that's what I do when I add them. And then like I said earlier, the Ghost Bells for the 2 Drolls, and then the Lancias all take out like usually I'll add like only side 2 but Lancia is so cheap that I just have 3 of them. So, but yeah, that's everything. So I hope you liked the video, and if you want to see another deck profile, I have Shaddoll Invoke. I have a Shaddoll Invoke deck. I have the super casual Heroes one. I have a Speedroid deck. I have Necros. So like yeah, if you guys want me to do videos like this of those decks so you can see what I have in those too, also let me know. All right, have a good day.